Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that. Technical issues, but we love again, we love again. Please let everyone know there's a new stream up. So can they flip over and come watch the site? We live with Spizo. Oh, just an update. Currently, 8 minutes to go. CK is on provisional pole. Titus in second, Sbuda in third, Spizo in fourth, 86er fifth, Amnesia sixth, Zotal seventh, and they're currently all in the pits. Let's see if he works on his outlap. Please share with everyone that we've changed the stream. We're the side now. I can see the numbers. I can see the numbers picking up. Zotal on the mediums, on his outlap. As per my prediction, I think most of them want to already go on the mediums, start on the mediums, and flip onto the hards. But let's wait and see what everyone's strategy is. Starts his flyer. Clean exits. DRS locked. Takes the bin beautifully. Shifts down to 2. Twenty-four for first sector is up 2/10. It's pushing it, taking it so clean. Oh, loses it there a bit. That'll cost him some time. He's down a tenth on his previous time. Corner 129, 30, 31, 32, 33. Oof. It's just a tenth quicker, but that keeps him in 10th on the mediums. Most of the other guys are out on the softs. Let's see Sihle on his outlap. Starts his flyer, DRS locked in. He's up a 10th on his previous time. He's pushing it. He's on the softs, so he's going to start on the softs. That is strategy, as well as the other top 9. Oh. Loses a bit of traction, but he gathers it quite well. He's still up a 10th. Oh, spins out. How unfortunate. Lungs is also off the track. Let's see Titus. He's on the back straight. Taking second to last corner before he starts his flyer. He's also on the softs. Let's see if he can push the limits. His previous time is a 1 of Sihle's time, which is the fastest thus far. That is clean. He needs to dig deeper if he's gonna beat Sihle's time. It's only 200s up in the first sector. $49, $50, $51. Second sector, he lost some time there. Second to last corner. Oh, stretches it, invalidates. How unfortunate. We'll have Buda. Buda's currently in P5. Let's see how he does here with the 132.5. It's quite close, just the difference of 300s with the lungs. Who's currently in P4, just gone into the pits. 128, 29, 30, 31, 32. Oh, 32.4, he moves up to 4th. Great lap there by Spuda. Live with Mfundo is 3/10 up on his previous time. He's currently in P9. Oh, he's invalidated. Titus is going for another flyer. $27, $28, $29, $30, $31. Oh! That was close. That was close. CK with the purple first sector already. He's pushing it. He is pushing it. Takes that clean. Beautiful exits. Oof, loses it. Loses time. That'll cost him time. That'll cost him time. I think that's it for qualifiers. Sihle takes pole. With Titus in second. Inati third. Spuda fourth. Lungs fifth with the 132.5. Spizozo 132.6. 86er 132.7 in seventh. Damnesia 132.7 in eighth. Mfundo 133 in ninth. Duax in 10th 133.2. Zotal in 11th 133.2. But note that he's on the mediums and he's starting on the mediums. 12th is Nick 133.6 on the softs. Loveness 133.8. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, that's our grid for tonight. Let's see what they have in store for us. Melo has to fight from the back, starting on the mediums. Let's see how long he can go. I'm sure he's going on a one-stop strategy from the mediums to the hards. Hopefully there are no incidents that I actually can't. One of the guys needs to send it. Or can I? Oh, there. Did you get it?
Sani Bonani, everybody, as well, someone in our comments says Zotal has work to do.
Tai, welcome back.
Yeah, gremlins, load shedding, power cuts. Oh my word. But I'm just glad to be back with you guys. What a session. Zotile has some work to do, but I'm pretty sure. But do you think, okay, it's lights out, Crash, take us away. All right.
Welcome to Breakaway,
Well,
where we keep it easy.
yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
F- he'll he'll definitely be in a great position because if you look at strategy tonight, it's very simple. The one starting on softs, I assume they're gonna quickly flip onto the hards, and they're gonna wanna take them to the end.
Yeah.
So towards the end, the hards will be done. So contrary to Zotile's strategy, he's going for the mediums, so he can stretch the mediums longer. So that when he flips onto the hards, by the time he gets to the end, his tires aren't necessarily done. So it's all dependent on how the race
Yeah.
is, and most importantly, the safety car. Oh, by the way, and it's lights out. Heatley off to a great start. Looks clean, it's clean thus far, it's clean. Heatley in the lead. Titus closely chasing him down. So far, so good.
Oh, chasing them down. Look at 86 are losing a place. Despite Zozo has gained a place, it seems like. How's Attila doing? He's down a
He's
place,
up
it
to
seems.
ninth.
But Titus and Tisha already fighting it out there. Yes. Titus and Tisha already fighting it out, Crash.
Yes, it's tight, until DRS is activated.
Until.
We're yet to see, but I think he might do just that. Looking at the position changes, Josh, aka Damnesia, is up 3 positions. Lung's lost 3 positions. Zotal is up 2 positions already. So Melo the Melo is up to 14, the 3 position gains already. Started at the mediums, so yeah, let's see how it goes.
So, Crash, if someone has started on the medium tires, how far do you think you could take them? And from there, would it be, switching to the softs? Like, how far do you see this going?
Um, Well, according to me, I'm looking at about 10, 11 laps on the mediums and 17, 18 laps on the hards if you on a one stop. So I don't know. That's just me. Proposa, what do you say? I think he started the new set because their tires are 1 lap old, both his and Sihle, and the rest of the top 8. So I think they all pressed the ones that they were using for qualies and then they started on fresh new softs for the race. It's
Yeah,
live.
it's
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 live.
definitely
It's
on.
live.
So Loveness has started on the hard tires at Quebec Red, Sea Rockers, and Mamre as well. What does this do in terms of their strategy? How far did they go, and what do they possibly do towards the end? And could they get some sort of an advantage when everyone goes into pit, or how do you see that panning out?
Fundo just put on intermediates. Romeo intermediates. Is it raining or is it raining? Oh! Tyson just slid off the track, so definitely there is a problem. So what you need to note is that Romeo is going to make up a whole lot of positions. And he's going to have quite good track position with the intermediates on already. So is Mfundo. Let's just wait and see. Titus is hot on his heels. Titus is hot on his heels. One mistake. I can only imagine the pressure.
Yeah. Looks like there's a bit of a fight between Logs and the 86er as well. They're fighting quite close there. So, all right, let's cast our minds a bit forward. Let's say the rain only lasts until, if it lasts until for the whole race, then I suppose that's great news for Romeo and Mfundo, right? But if it's not a rainy race for the whole way through, what does that do to the scenarios in terms of the lead changing or people fighting their way up the grid?
But it's no longer, I think, a great idea looking at the time they're currently losing. I think they took a gamble and it was quite early, as Topa had mentioned. They look at Romeo, he's already 22 seconds off the pace of just Menre alone, not considering the top 14, 15 of the races. So it is quite a difficult one. It was a gamble and quite clearly it did not work out. Titus was the fastest lap of the race and goes through on DRS. Oh, he spins! He gathers it! Amazing, amazing, amazing driving. Which brings Inati into the fight. Inati's hot. Correct. Inati is hot on Sihle's heels. Scooters on Inati. Yellow flags. Zotal locks in the DRS. He locks in the DRS on the mediums. Pulls over. Oh, backs out. Inside line. He takes the position from Spizo. Ooh. He's up to 6th.
Yeah.
He's up to 6th.
Just to respond to some of the comments here, Masbano, on the commentary team today with and Crash and myself, Bob O'Connor, Come on, Seaplay says Don, and Van Kobe says that was amazing from Titus. Van Kobe, I agree. Titus is as inevitable as a Cabs at a Small song on a South African dance floor. Kid K says Titus just pulled a 325 IS move on an F1 car. That is absolutely correct.
Miss Bono, by the way, there is no third commentator. There are two Mkizas, so we are counted as one, and Tyson. Romeo's lost the position to Mpundo. Fights right back with the DRS. He goes into the pits.
Yeah.
Zotal is up to 5th. He's just past Josh. He's jumped onto the mediums, yes. Lungs has just put on the intermediates.
So the first couple of drivers to put on the intermediates, that was a gamble that it was probably too early, so didn't quite pay off. As Benobi says, the soft tires are now degrading, and that's why you see Zotal moving up on those mediums.
Correct. Can we also take note of the gap? Titus just went into the pits. Let's see what he puts on. They're all pitting. The intermediates. It is definitely raining.
Zotal gambles and keeps his car.
Correct. Notably so, Josh has also put on the mediums. Spizo put on the mediums. Dwax put on the mediums. Romeo put on hards.
Theoretically, Crash and Kopoza, the medium tires would still be quicker than the intermediates, right? But then, of course, it's riskier at this time with a wetter track, no?
Yellow flags. Nick just lost it. Spuda's dropping. What happened with Spuda? Spuda's losing his car there. He's dropped a couple positions. Notably, Zotal is extending his gap. It was 12 seconds, now it's 14.7 on Saudi. He's still going for another lap. He's in the car, we are not. Selby. That track is wet. That track is wet. He is definitely pitting this lap. He can pit. Comes out in maybe the top 3 or top 4.
So, Crash, do you think by the time Zotal comes out, he would be somewhere around, Sihle, Mello, that position?
That's the position I'm looking at. Notably, we can't count Melo because Melo also will need to pit. So let's look at around Sihle. Nick needs to pit. Spizo will have to pit because he's also on the mediums. So let's look at around, you'll be ahead of Inati guaranteed. Correct. And he's going another lap.
He's rolling.
There's something we're not noticing. Josh is closing in on Titus. He's within DRS.
On the medium tires.
Strategy. Now the question is, how long are they going to drag it out? Because Zotal might be of the impression that it's still going to dry up, which will force everyone to pit for the second time, especially the ones on the intermediates. Sihle is losing it. He's lost 2 positions already. What's happening with Tsura? Oh, probably it's a wing. It's probably a wing. Yeah. Zotal just pitted.
DRS has been disabled, says race control.
So it's all about track position. He's putting on the intermediates.
Yes.
That DRS. Brilliant strategy. Started 12th, he's up to 2nd, and he's got brand new intermediates on. Yellow flags, sector 3.
It's a master class of a strategy from Zotal, also to handle those medium tires in conditions which were likely trickier, whereas other intermediate tire runners were probably had more grip on a wetter track. What a drive this is from Zotal.
What an excellent drive. Thus far. He's making up for from the British Grand Prix. Crashed out in the last lap, if you remember. Actually, he had a tire puncture.
Yeah. You know what, Kaposa, I'm not a great driver. the races I partake in, well, they turned into a time penalty shootout. So to only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 penalties at this stage is well, not bad.
No, definitely. That's mature driving. Which half of them teasers can't you hear? I definitely agree with Kid K and Miss Bono. Kid K there in the comments, Zoltal is a beast. Miss Bono already in J, he is driver of the day for me. If the race had to end now, I'd also give it to him, and I'm sure it's a unanimous decision from everyone. Absolutely brilliant driving. Phenomenal. Take note, he's only 7/10, 6/10 behind Titus now. He's closed the gap by a good second and a half. 5/10. Two tenths. Notice Romeo being left there by both Zotal and Titus.
Zotal and Titus. How do you see this one panning out? Is it simply a matter of, well, whoever's going to hold their nerve crash? Or is, are we going to have to hope for external factors to kind of play a part into how the race win plays out here?
I think it's all about the nerves, Tyson. I think it's all about the nerves. These are two experienced drivers, the best in the league, top two from last season. You know, CK is obviously challenging them now, but he's out of the fight thus in this race. So for now, it's between Zotal and Titus. So it's all about who makes the mistake. But these are two drivers that I've known not to make mistakes. They don't buckle under pressure. They do quite well. He's a 10th off. He's a 10th off. He's through on Titus. Zotal leads the race. Started at 12th. He's in first position. Zotal leads. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to China.
Zotal leads, having started so far down the grid on medium tires and used those tires as best he could, of course, under treacherous conditions. And now he has taken the lead, but it's not going to be easy. Titus is not just going to let him have it. So we're going to have a scrap here at the front of the grid, probably for more laps to come. It's lap 13 out of 28 at the moment. What a drive from Zotal, says Bankobi.
I've also got a special request, guys. Can all our supporters that doubted Zotal's strategy just, an apology there by the chat? We'd all appreciate it. Can I get an apology there? If they do that, I'll call that sportsmanship. Can we get an apology?
All those who doubted so say aye. The comments.
Can you hear Topoza? Can you hear Topoza? Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What a drive from Zoltal, says Bangobi. Definitely, definitely. Fantastic drive. Proposa, they still can't hear you, buddy. Melo the Melo's in the points. Started last, he's up to 10th. Stellar drive from him as well.
That's a fantastic effort from Melo the Melo, of course. He didn't even set a time in qualifying. So he started at the back of the grid, and now he's worked his way up to the points. And he's right behind his teammate. Well, not exactly right behind. He's about 3 seconds off his teammate, Nicholas. So that was quite an effort there from Melo the Melo. Well, as things stand, a reminder of the championship standings. This is Tier 1 of Breakaway F1. Our current championship leader, Sihle Langa, is in P3, of course. Sihle leads the championship. Titus is second place in the championship, and Zotal is third. So once again, for another race, our top three in the race are, of course, our championship contenders. And S. Buddha, who is currently 13th on the grid, S. Buddha is fourth in terms of the championship, and Melo the Melo, who has just come into the points, is currently fourth. So a great effort from Melo there, and Red Bull doing well in P1 and P5 as far as constructors goes. Crash?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Ambile Twala just joined us. Twitch, are you there? Is Twitch in? I saw Twitch joining the commentary box.
Twitch is, of course, one of our drivers from the Tier 2 Championship, and a very accomplished driver there, Twitch, so it's a pleasure to have you here in commentary.
Also, let's take note of something. Fastest lap, Titus has it. So this simply means if it rains till the end, Titus is already guaranteed a point because no one will bang a faster lap on intermediates. So it's very, very good to set the pace from the onset.
Yeah.
Mic check, Proposa, did you get that? So looking at the tires there, Zotal in first with intermediates that are 4 laps old. Titus and Sihle in second and third, 7 laps apiece. Inati fourth, 7 laps. Longs changed early onto the intermediates. He's in fifth. Salbi in sixth with 6 laps. Josh in seventh with 4 laps. Spizo in eighth with 4 laps. Nick in 9th with 4 laps, and Melo rounding up the top 10 with 4 laps.
Yeah, and speaking of those Mercedes P9 and 10, Melo the Melo has really gained a lot of time on the team Nick, and is now rest, of course, Gareth.
Can we get team orders, please? Team orders from Mercedes. Let Melo the Melo through.
Maybe. Ooh, look at the team orders. A bit of contact there between the cars that we were watching here, the Williams and the Ferrari.
Oh, Melo loses it. Pulls it back onto the track.
Back onto the track does Melo there. We also saw earlier on in the race, of course, it was an example of. Ooh, would you look at that? It was an example, of course, of the. Yeah, earlier on we saw Titus recover the car. It really looked perilous, of course. That was an example of just great control there. Of course, Mello shot. How he's got the control there.
Correct. That is exquisite driving by Titus. Spizos. Zotal has opened the gap to 2.3 seconds. He's definitely pulling away.
Dream scenario for Zotal as far as the leadership is concerned. So if the rain stays as is and everything stays as is, that's good news for Zotal. But I suppose a change of scenario, if the track really dried up between here and lap 28, let's say
it'll be crazy.
Yeah. Further down the grid, it looks like Espaizozo is giving Josh a hard time. Quite close there to a possible overtake. It's quite close, actually, between Selby Josh and Espaizozo.
It definitely is. They're separated by the second, all three of them.
Yeah. Again, Josh, who had that incredible race earlier on in the season. Josh in the Alfa Romeo, currently in the championship in 7th place on 40 points before this race started. So he'll be relieved to be in P6 within the points for this race, as will Selby, really. So it's a decent day for AlphaTauri, for Alfa Romeo.
Correct. Notably so, Kid K with the mention of no safety car. There hasn't been one. These guys are exceptional. It was clean. It was clean from the start. First corner was clean. There was absolutely no contact whatsoever. No yellow flags waved, nothing. So, yeah. Hats off to that.
We also should... Yeah. Acknowledge Inati having a fantastic race. Before tonight, Inati was on 1 point in the championship standings, currently sitting P4, currently behind the top 3. So Inati doing absolutely fantastic in this race here. Of course, Inati has a time penalty, but if he manages to keep this distance between himself and Lungs, well, we're looking at a good finish here, Crash.
Correct. There's enough gap between all the drivers at the moment, barring Spaizozo. So I think, everyone, is pretty much cool and just taking their time and driving as good as they can. There's no pressure on one another, so yeah, I think they should see it through.
Yeah, of course. There is, of course, a good fight run between places 11, 12, and 13. Between that would be D-Wax, S-Buddha, and Loveness. Quite close there. And we've just spoken about Josh and Spaizozo there. But, of course, Spaizozo has a 6-second time.
S-Buddha going into the pits.
S-Buddha has gone into the pits here. And, well, we'll see how that will affect...
Romeo's also in the pits.
Towards the end here, we've got 9 laps left in this race, Crash.
Correct. Andile Twala, aka Twitch, in the comments, rooting for Haas. He's one of the Haas drivers in Tier 2 and notably one of the most consistent and cleanest drivers that we have there. Shout out to Twitch. We see you.
A very good day for Haas, like we said. Inati in P4. Inati will, of course, be adding a good haul as far as points is concerned. Inari currently 19th in the championship, so a great day here. Masbano says Selby's working hard to gain on Mello the Mellow.
Correct.
There was a gap there, but as Mello was struggling to keep the car on track earlier, Selby said, well, thank you very much, and crept his way and is now right on Mello's tail. So Mello will not want to give up his place there. Of course, he's still in the points. So
Selby goes through. Selby goes through, and Mello the Mello. Oh, Mello's got the racing line. Defends quite well. Clean driving. Great exit between the two. They side to side. They side to side. Selby backs off. Mello's through. Take notes there. Mello the Mello and Selby are within 3 seconds of Nick, which means if the race had to finish now, they'd finish ahead of him.
Because of that time penalty.
Correct.
And possibly even ahead of Espaizoso. If you look at the... Oh, no.
Nick is 20 seconds back, yes.
Yeah. Man, your heart has got to go out to some of the...
Interesting.
Early on in the race, very interesting. As Titus hits there, Zotal's going to have to do everything in his power to make sure that he hangs on to that advantage. What does Titus do here? Fresher set of inters.
7 laps to go. That means Zotal needs to do 16 laps on the intermediates. Definitely doable.
Inati has Titus breathing down their neck. Well, Titus is not exactly the kind of person you want to see in your rear view mirror. Of course, Inati has time penalty, so... Yeah. Crash Lungs is also, is very, very close now to Titus. Titus has a fresher tires. Do you expect this to be a battle, or
no? Titus is extending the gap. It was 7/10. It's now about 1.3, 1.6. So it's fluctuating there, but I expect Titus to open the gap because Titus is on the hunt. Lungs has got tires that are 13 laps old. So yeah, there is no battle there.
There's no battle there. Crash with absolute faith in Titus. Of course, Titus is inevitable, as we've seen over, pretty much all the races.
Zotal is in the pits.
Ha! Would you look at that? Full wet.
Yeah, it is pouring now. Where does he come out? Comes out ahead of Titus.
Now, Crash, I'd like to hear your thoughts for our viewers and also for those of us who are not so schooled when it comes to tire compounds. The full wets that Zotal is on versus the inters that are also fresh that Titus is on. Who has the advantage here?
First things first. Constructors, Red Bull are leading, which means there's great teamwork. If you pay attention to our leaderboard right now, the Red Bull drivers were the first to switch to the wets. Again, that's great teamwork because they're communicating quite well. Now, look at the gap between Inati and Zotal. It is trimming quite rapidly. And we'll wait to see how it goes. But the track looks extremely wet and the rain doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. So, I don't know. But I think it was a good decision,
Yeah. So with 6 laps to go, as we look down the grid, slowly but surely, the people who are pitting, we see Espaizoso is the third person to go onto those wet tires.
Oh, unfortunate.
Mello seems to have lost a wing there. Of course, we see that
Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. They all have to pit forwards. Advantage Sihle.
Advantage Sihle because all have to pit for wet while the rest of the grid slows
Let's
down.
just see. He's just been released. Inati DNF. Zoltan is through on Sihle.
DNFs after doing so well.
Oh my god, how unfortunate is that?
Inati. Man, that was going to be such a great result for Haas and for him on an individual level. Man, that is just... Oh, man. Right. So, take us through now under a safety car. Who are the winners? Who are the losers in this scenario? Crash. Who's licking their lips and who is just crestfallen?
Yeah. Lungs is definitely a winner. Zoltal is a winner. Sihle is fortunate. Sihle was very, 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 very fortunate. Titus is in a good position. He was unfortunate because he had just pitted for the intermediates. So if he had waited it out lap or two, I'm certain he'd have track position. So, oh, it's unfortunate. This is so unfortunate. This is... Yes, because he was going into the pit. He must have lost it there. He must have lost it there.
That is...
Yeah.
No, there was no grip there. He crashed into the pit as he was coming into the pits there. Man,
it's a very, very difficult pit entry, just so you know. So it's not something it's not some place you want to come in at high speed, especially when it's raining.
Masbano, you're correct. Inati was doing so well. He was finding great points haul. Inati in the championship was on just 1 point in 19th place. Level in points actually with Man Ray, the Aston Martin driver. So, man, that is just that really sucks as far as Inati is concerned.
It's insane. It's insane. Josh hasn't pitted. Josh didn't go into the pits. Romeo's still on the intermediates as well. Melo's still on the intermediates. Nick is on the intermediates. What do they know that the others don't? We'll just have to wait and see.
If we speculate here, did they maybe make that decision? Was it just for position's sakes?
I think they're just fighting for track position now. They're praying that they see this through, or they get at least maybe one lap. They race for just maybe 1 or 2 laps and try hold it out. But because it's a virtual safety car, they're all gonna start within roughly a second and a second and a half between each other. So I don't see it being that easy. They might lose out on a lot, but it's a gamble, So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah. So Josh, Nick, and Mello basically.
Oh my
Josh,
god.
Nick, the safety car lasts as long as possible, as far as concerned, perhaps. And we have lost Mandla. Romeo Masango has DNF'd as well in these tricky conditions, Crash.
Oh, we in for one hell of the last 2 or 3 laps.
So the
pressure
is
the pressure.
Yeah. A lot of pressure there. The 86er is the only driver left for Team Williams, as we have lost Mandla, DNF'd. Well, the safety car is still out there. They're currently on lap 24. So, well, depending on whether or not it goes in, we might have 3, maybe 2 more laps of racing. It's still tight at the top, Crash. Zoltal, Sihle, and Titus, championship contenders. It's going to be a scrap to the end there.
What do you make of the final sprints? What do you think is going to happen?
All three of these drivers just will not give you an inch. You have to earn your place if you're in a fight. If you're fighting with Zotal, you have to earn that overtake. If you're fighting with Sihle, you have to work for it. If you're fighting with Titus, he's not going to give you an inch. So it's very difficult to call. But I'm pretty sure Zotal will do his best to back them up and then, back them up into a corner and then try get a good exit. Maybe that's what he'll do. What would you do in this situation?
There's
You're
no other
leading.
way. There's no other way.
Yeah.
You want to catch them off guard, build up a decent.
Yeah.
Josh Pitts, he's realized that he's not going to make it. It's only Nick now left on the intermediates.
Last. Crash, how would you catch people off guard behind that safety car as we get to a restart? You were saying there was another way.
Well, it's a different strategy, fortunately, because there's no slipstream, nothing here, So you just want to get a good, clean exit, take the lead, and ensure that you've got full grip of your car. Most importantly, you don't want pressure on you because it's wet, so you need as much space as you can possibly, especially into the first corner because the cars will be quite tight and backed up.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, Titus has to go through the traffic, said Bankobi a couple of minutes ago. He's asking, what you need
Yeah, he's 3 seconds too many behind Sihle.
Yeah. Man, what
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's pay attention to the penalties. With the safety lap, this cripples the people that have penalties because with 1 or 2 laps of racing left, it's impossible to build up a big lead. So that's to counter your penalties. So they will be dropping a couple of positions most definitely. Especially D-Wax with 8 seconds, Spizozo with 6 seconds, Josh has got 3, Nick has got 3, Loveness 3, and Fundo with 3. So yeah, we're in for one hell of a race. Safety cars going around for another lap. Oh, I think we're just gonna have 2 laps of racing here.
Just 2.
Oh, Lumsa and X6 just collided. 5-second penalty.
Did the 86er go into the back of his Buddha back there?
Is 86er not ghosting? Oh, unfortunate. Oh my god. Correct. Oh, correct.
Yeah, so some of the cars are currently lapped, as Mankobi was asking, why haven't they unlapped themselves? Well, sometimes under the safety car, sometimes under the safety car, you're not necessarily given, or sometimes you risk a penalty if you try and unlap yourself. Is that correct, a Crash? In F1 2021?
Yes, correct. So this is how it works. With the safety car, you always have to catch up to the safety car, but the objective, if you're already lapped, you need to pass the safety car before the leader gets to the safety car. Once the leader leading the race catches up to the safety car, you then cannot pass the leader nor the safety car. So you have to slot the position you are currently in, and you just basically create traffic for the people that were following whoever the leader was closely. Notably so, if you look at the top 3, it's Zotal, Sihle, and then you've got who's it? Is it D-Wax? Is it 86er or who behind Sihle? And then you've got Titus. That's why there's a bigger gap between Titus and Sihle as opposed to the one between Zotal and Sihle.
Yeah. So it's not going to be easy. Of course, the laps of trickling down for Titus. He has to fight his way through traffic just to get to the leading car. Very similar, of course, to Abu Dhabi in, the Formula 1 2021 season. The infamous
safety car in this lap. We're getting 2 laps of racing. Safety car in. Can the back markers just let Titus through so we get a race on our hands? Nick has just DNF'd. Correct. Nick just DNF'd, crashed in the final corner.
Nicholas has crashed, leaving Mello. The Mello was the last standing Mercedes, but he is out of the points as things currently stand. With 2 laps of racing,
Zotal is gone. Zotal is gone. Within the first sector, he's opened a lead of 1.5 seconds. With Titus close in third on Siche, he is 3/10 out. Lungs is fourth with the time penalty, and I think he's gonna take that to the stewards because it definitely wasn't his fault. So I see that time penalty being removed. So amazing drive, amazing race for the Red Bulls once again. Teamwork definitely makes dream work.
Sprint to the end, says the real Barbosa in the comments here. What does Zotal have to do to get this race win? Is it a matter of composure? You hang on to this lead, Crash?
He's got a cushion. Take it easy, carry on, maintain the good drive that he has, and then he'll see it to the end. It's tight behind him, so I think the drivers behind him are quite under pressure because they see potential of making up a position or two. So yeah, I think he's got a 1.2 second gap is decent enough in this position going into the final lap. It's just not about making a mistake, but what we say in sports, it's not over until it's over.
Not over until it's over. Super tight here in the chasing pack. Sife, Titus, Lungs, kind of fluctuating between a second and slightly less than a second between them. We have just looks like 12, 13 drivers left on this grid. It's been wet. There have been crashes all over the place. Titus, how will it end?
I don't see a position change anymore. I think they'll see it through in these positions.
Yes, we've also lost Luca, unfortunately.
He has he DNF'd, yes. He lost his car there. He lost his car and he crashed out. How unfortunate.
My goodness me. Would you look at that and Crash as we see exactly how this race concludes? Take us through these final moments.
Sector 3 there. Zotal is in Sector 3 with a decent 9/10, 1 second lead ahead of Siche. Siche is in the slipstream. Yo is cutting the lead, 5/10. 4/10. 3/10. Yeah, that's tight. Good chase, good fight at the end. Oh! Siche just lost it. He crashed into Zotila. Titus is through on Siche. Oh my god! Titus spins. Titus loses it. He's dropped 5, 6, 7. I can't believe it. He crashed into Siche in the final corner. Josh is up to third.
Oh, would you look at that?
God. Oh my god.
Fifth place by Zozo, then Selby, then D-Wax, and Fundo, Loveness, Mello the Mellow Man Ray, and the 86er. But the story of the day is Zotal, who fought from all the way down
at the back. He was 12.
He wins this race.
He was 12.
From Josh, and then Lungs, and then Titus. What an end. What a horrible end, says M. Cassandra. Let me in the comments. Your thoughts, Crash? what an insane race this was. To our viewers still watching, we want to hear who is your driver of the day. The sound
I
coming
could
to tier 1 says Kid K. What a race we've had here. Absolute drama. Yes, Crash.
I could easily predict a unanimous vote of Zoltan. He was brilliant. He was fantastic. He was. I'm so gutted, actually. I'm so gutted about Titus. You know,
Yeah.
I am extremely gutted. I was happy with the top 3 finish because that will keep us on our feet. You know, that that title chase would have been as tight as ever. So he drops out on the points a bit. Zoltan is back.
Zoltan is back.
Shout out to Josh. He's third. Damnesia is third in the Alfa Romeo. Lung's fourth. Great teamwork there with Zoltan of the Red Bull in first. Remember, they were the first to take up the weights. Excellent partnership.
They were the first. Incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't leave. Top 3 are still gonna come onto the chat. Please don't leave. Wanna hear what they have to say today. I can already imagine the excitement in Zoltan.
Incredible. And Pato says Zoltan with fire emojis. Kasango, come to tier 1, says Kid K. Bankobi says to propose don't try and mimic the Zoltan strategy. Damn, Titus says Masbano. And Pato says unbelievable finish. Absolutely. Zoltan driver for the day. Hade Titus says Dawn. What a race that was. Zoltan, Seaflay, Damnesia, or Josh. Those are our top 3. We're hoping that they join us in this chat here to have a look and a listen at they got through that. Lungs, what a drive from Red Bull here. Of course, they lead the Constructors' Championship. Even before this race, they're in first place by a fair amount of points, so they'll extend that lead. Titus was the sole rep.
Yeah. Quite crazy. You are following sorry, Lungs. You are following Titus and Sihle quite closely. What do you make of their drive ahead of you? Those guys they were quite solid. Unfortunate with the blunder at the end. What happened there at the end? Can you explain to us? Correct.
Was that tricky for you to kind of with that kind of happening in front of you? What, in terms of your reaction time, how difficult did that make the finish for you, or was it something that you felt you? Heaven's Gate opening. There seemed to be a great deal of synergy, or at least communication from the outside looking in between you and Zoltan. Was that the case in terms of when to change your tires and when to push, the tires?
The weights. I was actually rooting for you guys. When I saw you do that, I even commented and I said, look at the Red Bulls. They are leading the constructors because of that. They are setting the tone from the onset. You guys went into the pits together. Zoltan put on the weights, you put on the weights. And look what happened. Top 3 finish. You guys are going to sweep the points and you're extending the gap. Obviously, you extend the gap on the McLaren because Tendau is not even participating. Titus is down in 5th today, which is unfortunate of the incident that happened there, So yeah, it's quite crazy. The Ferrari, Sihle was driving alone today. He got as many points as he could. As he had said, he was gonna try get as much points as he could, But it's not maximum points, so yeah.
先输入。
Yeah. And
Gentlemen, how's
he's
it?
walking up the stairs.
My man, it's the man of the moment, it's the driver of the day.
Oh man. I think
Not a single fan put their bums on the seats today. They were just they were amazed. Only enough, let me tell you what people are saying. So when you're on the mediums, if you ask Tyson, I had predicted that, a start on the mediums is a better start than on the softs and so forth. So there was a bit here and there, and you're like 12, starting in 12 with the mediums. So I was looking at the comments from the fans, and they were like, "What has Zotile done? What has Zotile done?" and so forth. So the race started, and you started making those positions. You're making it up, and I was looking at the comments again. People started switching, rightfully so, because of the amazing drive. So everyone was just left in awe. I think unanimously they gave you driver of the day. The strategy was just absolutely fantastic. Take us through your drive. What did you make of it?
No, shout out, guys. Thanks again, once again. To be quite honest, at some point I actually did think that I have actually taken a gamble. I mean, starting in P11 is never easy in the grid. So we all knew that at some point it's going to rain. The question was, when was it going to start to rain? So I was able to push my tires while the other drivers had to pit and put more slicks. At that time, that's when I capitalized with my mediums while I was leading, and I made the most of it. I think the other advantage I had is that the softer drivers I had to pit earlier for their intermediates, and my intermediates were fairly new, hence why I was able to overtake Titus. And from there on, the rest is history. But yeah, no, shout out to everyone.
And what do you think of your fellow Red Bull driver? You guys are doing exceptionally well.
Red Bull flying high. Red Bull wings. Let's go. Red Bull wings, guys.
You guys remind me of the defense of the Perez defense supporting Max.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one. The second one is the Perez toe on Max. So you guys are just depicting exactly what is going on in the F1. So it's insane. It's insane. I was actually telling Lums now that I'm actually extremely proud of you guys. I was actually rooting for you guys, and I cheered when you guys both went into the pits at the same time and both put on weight. That showed excellent team communication, and there's not one driver sacrificed for the other or whatever the case may be. Firm believers in both drivers. So.
Yeah, no, we're both working hard. I mean, earlier today we were practicing as well, giving each other strategies. Our main aim is to take constructors, and we're currently leading that one. So the aim is to maintain another double podium finish for Red Bull. Shout out to Lungs. I always tell him to keep driving when he's ahead of me, but he always wants to let me pass because it's just how we are as teammates, like we just communicate like that. So we'll hopefully we keep it up.
Yes, sir. Yes. CJ, what do you have to say about the two Red Bulls? They're right here. They're listening, and so is everyone else. Mr. Langa,
CJ mic check.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Saying thanks. Strategy on point. Yeah, that was smart on going on with the mediums. I saw Josh had incredible pace for like 3 laps in front of me. He was actually also fetching Titus. That was insane.
He was. I definitely picked that up.
Yeah.
So, how was your race? What do you have to say about your race?
It was rubbish, honestly, dude, because I didn't anticipate rain again. I did not practice for rain. I did not have a setup for rain. As is, I was slipping in the dries. So, I don't know. It was really awful. It was bad.
And if I just ask you a question, if I can just ask you one question, you slipped into second. Now, was that a horrible race?
Pardon me?
You slipped into second. Was that a horrible race?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not also proud of what happened at the end with Titus. I had no grip on the exit when I was directly behind Sotil on the second last corner.
I saw that. I saw that incident.
Yeah, that was yeah. I have no words for how little grip I had on the exit, and then I tried to give Titus more space, but I checked I didn't, and that's my fault. I'll take the blame for that, and Exco will do what needs to be done.
But I have something to say about that. You drove beautifully, man.
Yeah.
You drove exceptionally well. Like all three of three, top four, top five. Everyone drove so well. So I mean, yeah, it's a mistake. You slipped and it happened. And I saw you walking over to his garage, to apologize and acknowledge that. So I mean, that shows maturity. That shows the highest level of sportsmanship and driving. At the end of the day, it's not a roller coaster.
Yeah, man.
It's not just smooth, man. It's not just smooth. Incidents will happen.
Yeah.
And appreciate the attitude that you guys displayed towards each other. Acknowledging exactly what happened. Because I noticed.
Yeah.
I overheard you asking Titus, "Did I give you enough space or not?" And Titus rightfully said no. And he wasn't fighting about that, but he just said, what he thought, and you apologized and acknowledged that. So that is sports, and kudos to that, Best of luck for the races coming up, and you're still in the title chase, man. You slipped into second. Don't forget that. Bad race, you're in second.
I'm actually leading the championship, but at this point, I think, no, man. Yeah, I should be penalized for this at the end of the day. There's many races ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's leave that to the stewards, you're not the one to decide that, So, I mean, just embrace the moment as it is. And have a lovely evening further.
Shout out, guys. Shout out to the commentators again. Shout out to, we appreciate it, gentlemen. Cheers, man.
Well done, gentlemen. Well done, gentlemen. You're setting the tone, you're setting the pace, and you definitely are leading the lead from the front. So we're proud of you guys, and we're looking forward to more driving from you guys. All the best. Cheers. Good night. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. I'll see you on Monday for Tier 2 China, Thanks for tuning in. It's always lovely to have you guys around. The comments, the insights, the assistance, we'll never get it right without you guys. So we appreciate that a great deal. Thank you for Kopoza who joined in commentary. Thanks to Tyson who was also part of the team, It's always a vibe, as they would say. Good night to everyone. Thank you very much.
Everybody, good night.